seat to stand.
Special thank you to those who supported us last week. Fantastic people. Anyway.
Why are you laughing?
No, because I want to deal with Dangote this morning.
What has he done to you?
He has not done anything wrong. He has not done anything wrong. Mike,
they are giving him problems.
Yes, they are the one.
And it's sad.
People that created Dangote, people that created Dangote, Dangote did not create itself. Nigerian government created Dangote. And if you look at both national and international law, workers have right, according to their law, to decide whether to be in a union or not. They are manipulating. I hope that
not under his company.
Boss, that is the fact. Whether private, public. Go and look at the international and the national law, and look at what the law says. You do not force people to belong to a unionism where they are not interested. That's what the law says. But can we just leave this sentiment? They created the monopoly, they created Dangote, and they are coming back to go through the backbone to manipulate the process. Mike, let me ask you, when under Obasanjo, when Dangote wanted to buy Port Harcourt refinery, do you know the people that stopped him? Nigerian Labour Congress. They stopped him. And look at Port Harcourt refinery now, it's not working. Mike, I don't know why Nigerians are just very, I don't understand. 149 private universities. I do not want an ASU member in this organization. That's what they are saying. And up to now, they have not been able to carry out one ASU member. Heaven did not fall. If government know how they created Dangote, they should be able to know that it has gotten to a point, where things have to be properly defined. Pengassin, leave Dangote, go and hold Nigerian government responsible for the calamity in the oil industry. As simple as that.
Not Dangote's fault, right?
Yes, I am telling you the honest truth. Why are they not holding the federal government accountable? You saw the publication the other day. All the money they made in crude, they have not accounted for one. And Pengassin is there, Dangote. When they are the one that created Dangote, created the monopoly, created everything. Plus, private business. Okay, maybe they should just change it to Nigeria Dangote refinery. And maybe they make a lot of sense. But I think this thing should be done according to law, what the law says, not according to emotions or what people think. When Gideon established the first investing in Nigeria, private investing in Nigeria, what happened? ASU, the same ASU, they wanted to infiltrate it. He rejected it. 149 private investors, go and see whether they have any ASU member there. And that's what the law says. But Nigeria, they go manipulate things, lie on top, just to make sure that you go down. The federal government is having ulterior motive in that. I remember.
Have they brought politics into the oil sector?
Politics already playing out now. And there are mafias in the oil industry. There are so many things, Is it now that the federal government wants to intervene? No. It's really suspicious that the federal government have engineered what is happening to Dangote. Actually, Nigeria has become, I don't know how to describe Nigeria. In the absence of law and order, how do you expect justice? Dangote is not an Igbo man, he left where he's supposed. Normally, do we supposed to have something like this? It's supposed to be located somewhere in Nigeria. But manipulations, there's no doubt about that. So I don't know what they are fighting Dangote for. I don't know whether they are going. The one they have created already, we are still carrying the body up to now. Government created Dangote. What did he? I don't understand. Now he said you don't want trailers and all that. The guy can afford his own trailer. You still insist. You want to know Mike, I don't understand.
He went ahead to buy his own trailers.
I don't understand. They are the ones.
About 4,000.
They are the ones.
4,000 trucks.
Mike, they are the ones that created this man.
CNG powered trucks.
They are the ones that created this man. They created Dangote. Are they coming to deceive Nigerians?
Is Pengassin generally fighting for sacked workers or what?
Mike, I've always said it on this platform that Nigeria is a classic case of animal farm, where all animals are seems to be equal, but more and more equal than the other. I think Mr. Shinedu here brought out a very salient point when he made mention of private university. And you know, when private universities were birthed in this country, the question of unionism came to the fore, and some of them retarded that idea from entering that institution. Then which now goes to that my earlier statement that we are in an animal farm kind of a situation here. And let me also go further. You see, the octopoidal nature of Dangote now that he currently enjoys through successive governments was a creation of the states. You understand? There's no two way about it. Even though we know that a monopoly in all rational thinking is not for the collective good of the entire citizenry, because there is bound to be arbitrariness when they are, when a monopoly is showing out its policy. Then let me come back to Pengassin. Let me not deviate from the question. You see, Pengassin, you know that is a union in the petroleum industry or sector. And where were Pengassin when the Port Harcourt refinery and Kaduna refinery went comatose?
What did they do?
What did they do? Why suddenly are they now most panache or confidence in tackling Dangote? And if you look at what Dangote said, he said he's a private person, he's an investor. He said he does not want unionism activities to bet in his refinery. Even though I might not want to second him on that. When we look critically or rather keenly into what labor laws. But when you look at the entire scenario, it shows that the Pengassin guys, the actors in Pengassin, they are only doing that for their own selfish interest. Because I made allusion to the fact that where were they when our refineries were going down? Why didn't they just raise an alarm then that okay, you people have given us so much information that you have spent so amount of money in in maintaining or doing the turnaround, the term maintenance in the country-owned refinery. How come we have not seen the results? And when you now look keenly into that, you will see that a lot of politicking, a lot of clandestine move has been closed from the public. And that is why up to now, the refinery will remain dead. Now, if somebody who has now brought his money to float a refinery that is adjudged the largest in Africa, you that is outside, you now want to dictate to that person, is at least it offends the sensibility of that man as a person, even though monopoly is not for the goodwill of the entire citizenry. Because we know what union brings when it is being bet in any operation is to safeguard the welfare of the of the workers. But aside from that, Mike, if you look at the entire scenario, it's like it's even becoming more dramatic. I've just cited a salient point If they were not there when they saw a refinery is going down and they couldn't do anything, why are they doing something now concerning somebody who is a private person? Then you begin to wonder where all this theatre is coming from. It shows that either they are being self-sponsored or somebody is playing the button underground. And also, I want to make an bring to your notice. You know, before the now, Dangote was giving all assurances that when it will begin the operation, then there can be, the question of naira for crude, arose. Then, the whole thing, all the big long affair never allowed, they were changing the takeoff dates before he immediately took off after so much grandstanding from the government, people in the government corridors. Now, you can see the man is not smiling because that was not what he wanted when he was betting this refinery. Now he's not getting something that is not really tenable in common sense play.
All right.
And you don't expect him to just close eyes and allow somebody to figure into it.
Whether we like it or not, if the strike continues, it will definitely have effects, in the economy of the country. But should the federal government compel Dangote to restate the sacked workers?
Mike, it's the same to you. If it does that, if the federal government does that, you have to gone contrary to what the international is about unionism. People should be given rights to decide whether they want to be part of unionism or not. That's what the law says. So if you are trying to impose, because you see,
so Dangote is wrong.
Yes, no, that's what I'm telling you. When someone say, I don't want to assume members in this thing, you should understand what I mean. Because they are the one that will infiltrate. They know before. They have an agenda. I'm telling you, what Dangote is battling is not just ordinary. What you are seeing there is coming from the presidency. Yes, there's no two ways about it. You see, all this unionism, of what good have they brought to Nigerians?
That's what we need to ask ourselves.
What good have they been able to bring to? See,
when Warri refinery was going down, they said nothing. Port Harcourt refinery, nothing said.
Let me even say something here. Dangote said something that he was going to take care of logistics. I mean, transporting the refined products from his plant direct to the end users. And you know what that one is going to play when we are talking about cost. I think it will also affect the pump price because it's a direct from all those things that would have added up in getting the products to the final consumer would have been expunged. You understand?
That's correct.
If Benghazi is now coming at when Benghazi comes into that into the play, those costs will not be padded. That is the operative into the entire cost, which is not going to be for the collective of the masses that are going to use the product.
All right, away from that, I can see that most of our reviewers are reacting to the issue we have on ground. I'm talking about the former president of the country, Goodluck Jonathan. And Jerry Ghana here says Nigerians now know the difference after Buhari Tinubu. They want Jonathan back. I know if you want Jonathan back. You want Jonathan back? Jonathan was with David Mark on Thursday. That was last week Thursday.
Hey,
you want him back?
Before, I don't want Jonathan back. That's the truth. I never wanted him back, and I would not want him back. Because it looks like the North has another plan entirely about 2027. If the wife of former president can come out and say, take your stuff back there, and Jonathan is insisting, I want to be relevant within the political space. Maybe Jonathan have another plan too, because it cannot be in PDP and be visiting ADC. It means there's something we are not getting correct about these major players in our analysis. We have not gotten the clear picture, and that is what's supposed to be. For now, until everything comes out very clearly. This Jerry Ghana, right, that we are talking about today, was also some time ago came out and said Obi is the next president of Nigeria. This Jerry Ghana. Now, You come back and you're saying, see, these are the people. We are not seeing anybody from the south talking about Jonathan. Then why is the north trying to push Jonathan? We think Atiku solidarity to the issue of the south. Is going to fall inside this gutter again. Oh, that's not him.
Did he fall into any gutter before?
What did he mean by they say they betrayed him? Who betrayed him? The people that betrayed him are the one calling you now. And I want to believe that Jonathan is not nursing such ambition. And if it is making such political move, let me believe that it is strategic. Because most of the things they confirm on it, I don't want to believe until I see it very clearly that it has become very clear.
But it was marked.
But if you see somebody like
the tickets of ADC, that's the African Democratic Congress.
Mike, listen to me. Who was Mark under Jonathan? Who was Arebeshola? I'm telling you what they mean by coalition. These are structures that's going to build for any candidate, adopted candidate or adopted party in the future. They need this men. And when you see them moving from one, trying to get themselves together, and people are calculating, no, it doesn't work like that. Let us see how it's going to end how it's going to come up at the end of the day. You can see Obasanjo maybe making move and that you say Obasanjo is going. No, me, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. What I'm saying is that remember that before Jonathan visited ADC, David Mark and the rest of them, he had a private meeting with Jonathan. And President Jonathan said, my husband is not going there. It is Jonathan's cousin that is jumping up and down, But I think
you said Jonathan's cousin is jumping up and down.
Yes, he's the one.
I've been running from pillar to post.
No, you don't understand what is happening there.
What's happening?
What's happening
from
there?
PDP to ADC had a meeting with Labour Party presidential candidate Obi. So what are you trying to say?
Are you telling
definitely it's nursing it. It's nursing the ambition. He has the mind to contest.
Let me tell you, if Jonathan is going to contest, is he going to contest under ADC? Is he going to contest under PDP? Why is he in ADC? Why is he in PDP? It's like that here, not there. There's something I want you to understand politically. From my own perspective, I might be wrong. But what I'm saying in essence is this, Jonathan is qualified, agreed. Whether the constitution is going to allow him to go for this thing without any legal battle at the end of that is business.
Is there anything Jonathan is looking for there?
You see, before the now, Mike,
would he be the savior we are looking for?
President Jonathan mentioned that our husband is not running. And in recent weeks now, I think we had it on good authority that Jonathan met with Peter Obi behind closed doors. And he has also met with some other gladiators in our political firmament behind closed doors. That cannot be unconnected with politicking or politics in Nigeria. And if he's coming to the fray, to veer, I don't know, it will somehow distort the entire dynamics or the equation as of the now. Because if Jonathan is coming, the Northern feel much at home with Jonathan than with Obi, because he's only going to use 4 terms as enshrined in the Constitution. He cannot run more than 2 terms. And even his coming self is still going to have the law to contend with, because they will still go back to the court to explain why is he coming. You understand? Because he served 2 years under Yaradua before he did this thing. He wanted to come back in 2015 before he was being booted out. And when you look at the entire thing, it's becoming much more very, very dramatic. Now, if Jonathan says he wants to come out, or he's having that ambition, because the body language as of the now has spoken that he's running. If he's running, maybe he wants to pacify other candidates to step down for him, which the northern people might have told him to so do. That is why he is going about to have a wider consultation across the board to see if he can pacify people, persons like Obi and the likes, Atiku. But we all want to see how the entire thing pans out, because the way I'm seeing it, every day I get confused about the political happenings in our political firmament. Because today you hear one thing, tomorrow you hear another thing. Next tomorrow you see that a cat has done the toga of a dog. Then you begin to wonder what is really happening. If we don't get it right, in 2027, forget it.
All right, Victor Prince says Ashwaju 2027 is a done deal. I don't know why he said it's a done deal. You are not the INEC chairman, you are not Nigerians that will decide that. But Victor Prince, is entitled to his own opinion.
Yes.
Ashwaju 2027 is a done deal, says Victor Prince. And we have somebody saying, also people are saying Tinubu is going back to Lagos come 2027. Different opinions. On to the next one. Chris Ejiofor says Igbos should negotiate with Atiku before supporting him. All right, Emmanuel. Okay, move down to Francis Joseph. They have tried Jonathan and they know it can be pushed into submission. All right, on to the next one. Both Jonathan and Obi, they know that they can't stand Ashwaju when it comes to politics. This is Big T Prince on this. That's the person that said 2027 is a done deal. On to the next one. Michael, Jonathan, or Obi is good to go. This is coming from Udeze Chima.
Mike, let me just respond to somebody that is saying that the Igbo should negotiate power with Atiku. Let me just say Atiku, it's not an us. Power is about negotiation. About the solidarity, we are asking Atiku to say. See, Atiku still want to remain relevant within the political space, even though there is this large outcry from people, from political power brokers from the north to allow Obi fly. They have been telling him face to face, and you can see too. When he came back from wherever he went to, he had a close-up meeting with Erufai. And when you look at how these things are going, like one analyst will say, it is a pure strategy by the opposition, to unsettle the ruling party, so that they will not know, how they will direct the attack to one particular person. So we are likely going to see, toward the end of the whole thing, where everything has been settled, that we are likely going to see a surprise package from the opposition that would definitely unsettle the ruling party. But currently now, Nigerians are not too comfortable with what we are witnessing now.
We are not too comfortable. All right, Nkiruka says Jonathan wants to come back to restart serving the Fulanis and Amajeris because he is a winner. All right, we'll move down to who again here. Tinubu is confused. I'm not the one saying this. This is Oza Obiwa on this. Now, aren't we supposed to be concerned or worried about people like Atiku, Obi, who again is contesting Atiku, Obi, Jonathan? You see, coming back, these are old politicians. You see, aren't we supposed to be not thinking of having new leaders emerging to contest the 2027 election?
I said it here. Like I will be repeating myself again. I said we are in the evolution of the time. And I did mention on this platform that to me, Atiku, Jonathan, except but one, Obi, belongs to the old order. If things were to be done the right way, I think Obi should hold the ace as of the now. Because you can see anywhere he goes, you see the air or the pool of support gravitating towards his space. And Nigerians, and I want to make allusion to one fact. As long as we continue to run this lopsided system, we might not really get the yearnings of Nigeria, except the entire template is rigged and giving a semblance of all reasonability before we can get it done the way we wish for.
Thank you so much. I need to appreciate Big T Prince this morning. among the people. I said I'd love to. Thank you so much.
BT Prince, I will say you are my brother from another planet. I say thank you very much for being there. I always like your critique when it comes to national issues, even though I know where you live. But I want to say very big thank you to you.
City Stand.